Okay, what we got here is a dirty saw blade. Build up on the edges and things like that. Or in the case of this small one from my circular saw, I was cutting something deep and it started burning in here. But we can clean that right up and get a lot more use out of these. Okay, to clean your blade, get that off of there, and any build up on these teeth. Just need a fairly large bucket and put a couple spacers down the bottom, because when you fill this up with water and you put your blade in there, it'll kind of stick to the bottom and you won't be able to get it out, and it's going to be hot. You won't be able to get it out easily. So if you put a couple spacers, I just cut these out of some packaging, and it makes it a lot easier. Okay, I've got the blade in the bucket, and I got a couple inches of warm water, hot water basically, right out of the tap in there. And I changed my spacers to a couple little pieces of wood. Just need something so that that center's open so you can reach down in there. And I'm going to use a wire or something when this is hot and get that out. But anyways, so let's get the hot water. Boiling hot. Pour it in. Save a little for the next blade. Alright, it's been soaking for a while. I'm just going to scrub it a little bit with this glass washing scrubber from the kitchen sink that I use just for this kind of stuff. Just to get some of that buildup off of there. Okay, let's do this 10-inch blade. You see the buildup along these edges? That's just from sap and stuff like that in the wood. So that kind of just pretty much melts off with hot water. Because this around here, this yellow part, is an aluminum oxide coating that helps sticking to prevent sticking. So let's put that in and give that one a go. So there that comes right off. So that'll really extend the life of your blades. Okay, once you got your blade clean, you do want to dry it off because it could rust. I live in a dry climate, so I just dry it off with a towel, and I don't put anything on the blade. Some people will spray WD-40 or something, and maybe that in a humid climate you need to do that. But in a dry climate like where I live, you don't need to. And I don't suggest that. I suggest just drying it off and it won't rust. Dry it off good. Because if you put some kind of coating on there, some oil or WD-40 or something, when you cut, the blade gets hot and that stuff could gum it up again. So, but anyways, yeah, look how nice and clean that is. Got the other one soaking a little bit more. Okay, that's been soaking for a while. And it's looking really good. Just a few little burn marks. Teeth are basically clean. Got a few here in the back that are burnt, but we got all the gum off that was on there from when I cut through a thick door that had paint on the edge and I was rubbing up against it. Did end up using a little bit of this sort of scouring, light scouring pad, just to get a lot of that gum off of there. But I think the soaking is what did it mostly, and I didn't use this on the edges at all. I only used the toothbrush on the teeth. Toothbrush on the teeth. Okay, there's the smaller blade, 7 1/4. Turned out really nice. Here's the 10-inch blade. Of course, it had no buildup in here, just had a little bit on the teeth, and that took about 30 seconds to clean. Just soak it in the water, run a toothbrush on the teeth. Dry it off, and you're good to go.